The U.S.-Mexico border, a 1,954-mile frontier stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the Gulf of Mexico, is a region of immense cultural and ecological significance. Yet, this vital artery connecting two nations is facing an unprecedented environmental health crisis. Industrial pollution, inadequate water management, and the relentless impacts of climate change are converging, threatening the well-being of millions of people and the delicate ecosystems that straddle this international boundary. This six-part series will delve into the complex web of environmental challenges confronting the U.S.-Mexico border. We will explore the causes, examine the far-reaching effects, and investigate potential solutions to this burgeoning crisis, seeking a path towards a healthier and more sustainable future for this vital region. Water, the lifeblood of our planet, is becoming increasingly scarce and contaminated along the U.S.-Mexico border. The Rio Grande, a river that has sustained life for millennia, is now burdened with a toxic cocktail of industrial waste, agricultural runoff, and untreated sewage. This pollution poses a grave threat to human health, particularly in impoverished communities where access to clean water is already limited. The Colorado River, another vital waterway in the region, is facing its own set of challenges. Decades of overuse and drought have depleted its flow, leaving communities on both sides of the border grappling with water shortages. The shrinking Salton Sea, once a thriving recreational area, is now a shrinking saline pool, its receding shoreline exposing toxic dust that exacerbates respiratory illnesses. These water-related challenges are further compounded by the growing pressures of climate change. Rising temperatures, prolonged droughts, and unpredictable rainfall patterns are intensifying water scarcity, leading to heightened competition for this precious resource. The consequences of water contamination are dire. Communities reliant on contaminated water sources face elevated risks of gastrointestinal diseases, skin infections, and long-term health problems. The agricultural sector, a cornerstone of the border economy, suffers from reduced crop yields and livestock losses. The very fabric of life along the border is threatened by the diminishing quality and availability of this essential resource. The air we breathe, essential for our survival, is under assault along the U.S.-Mexico border. A noxious blend of industrial emissions, vehicle exhaust, and airborne dust particles hangs heavy in the air, creating a pervasive health hazard for millions of residents. The border region is home to a concentration of factories, power plants, and heavy industries, many operating with outdated technology and lax environmental regulations. These facilities release a torrent of harmful pollutants into the atmosphere, including sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter. The constant flow of traffic across the border further exacerbates air quality issues. Thousands of trucks and cars traverse the region daily, spewing exhaust fumes laden with harmful pollutants. This heavy traffic congestion, coupled with industrial emissions, creates a toxic cloud that hangs over border communities, particularly those situated near major transportation routes. The health consequences of this degraded air quality are significant. Respiratory illnesses such as asthma, bronchitis, and lung cancer are on the rise, particularly among children and the elderly. The fine particulate matter, small enough to penetrate deep into the lungs, can trigger heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular problems. The air quality crisis transcends national boundaries. Winds carry pollutants across the border, impacting communities on both sides. This shared challenge underscores the need for collaborative solutions to mitigate air pollution and protect the health of all who reside in this interconnected region. The U.S.-Mexico border is a hub for industry, with factories and manufacturing plants on both sides. While this economic activity is vital, it comes at a cost. The byproducts of industrial processes, often containing heavy metals and toxic chemicals, find their way into the environment. These pollutants seep into the soil, contaminating crops and livestock. They pollute the air, creating respiratory hazards for local communities, and they flow into the rivers, poisoning the very lifeblood of the region. The Rio Grande, a symbol of life and resilience, now bears the burden of industrial waste. Its waters, once teeming with fish, are now home to alarming levels of toxins. This pollution not only threatens the delicate ecosystem, but also the health and livelihoods of the people who depend on it. The impact of industrial pollution is a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our world. What happens on one side of the border inevitably affects the other. The factories may bring jobs, but their environmental legacy can be devastating. It is a tale of two nations united by a shared environment, yet struggling with the consequences of industrial progress. The border region, already grappling with existing environmental challenges, now faces the looming threat of climate change. This global phenomenon is exacerbating the vulnerabilities of this delicate ecosystem. Rising temperatures are leading to more frequent and intense heat waves, putting immense strain on water resources. The Rio Grande, already depleted by overuse and pollution, is shrinking further, threatening agriculture and livelihoods. Droughts are becoming more common, parching the land and increasing the risk of wildfires. These fires, fueled by dry conditions and strong winds, sweep across the landscape, leaving behind a trail of destruction. The fragile desert ecosystem, adapted to harsh conditions, is being pushed to its limits. The delicate balance of life is disrupted, threatening the survival of plant and animal species. Climate change is not a distant threat, it is a present reality at the US-Mexico border. Its impacts are unfolding before our very eyes, demanding urgent action to mitigate the risks and adapt to the changing environment. The environmental health crisis at the US-Mexico border is a complex issue demanding our immediate attention. Governments, organizations, and individuals must unite in a concerted effort to address these challenges. Cooperation, innovation, and community engagement are essential to finding sustainable solutions. By working together, we can create a healthier and more resilient future for this vital region. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more videos on environmental issues around the world.